Hi, I'm Michael O'Connor, and I'm the author of The Wild West Meets the Big Apple. I live in Cornwall, New York, but I have a law practice in New City in Rockland County. I grew up in New York City in the late 50s and early 60s and became hooked on the West, the Wild West, because at that time the Western genre dominated TV and movies, and I got hooked. My fascination with the Old West lasts my entire life, and 30 years later, I was walking around New York City and downtown Manhattan and started looking at some old buildings and realized, well, some of these buildings were here in 1834 when Davy Crockett was here, and I started doing research on that. So it kind of piqued my interest, and I started doing a little more research and realized that all the Western icons had spent some time in New York City. Wyatt Earp, Buffalo Bill Cody, Wild Bill Hickok, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid all spent time in New York City. I thought there'd be enough material for a book, and sure enough, there was. So the final book has a chapter for each Western icon that spent time in New York City, including Bat Masterson, Pat Garrett, all spent time in New York City. So there's a chapter in each book dedicated to where they went and what's there now. When I finished the book, I had no idea how to get it published. I went to the Cornwall Library and took out a book on publishers, found publishers that might be interested in my type of book about the Wild West, and sent out about 20 proposals. And to my surprise, within a couple weeks, I had 4 positive responses that they wanted more information on the book. The book was published in 2016 and is currently available on Amazon.com, and it's available in Barnes & Noble also.